Hey everybody, my name is Christian. Who the hell are you?
David?
And we are part of Heroic Enemy, and we have some exciting news. David was telling me he came across this petition started by a Mike I and spread throughout Twitter by @Encyclopedia MK.
Well, he didn't. I didn't stumble upon it.
Oh, sorry.
We were contacted by this guy at Encyclopedia MK on Twitter.
And what's the big deal?
Apparently, he wants. Well, a lot of people want an encyclopedia for Mortal Kombat.
Encyclopedia sounds boring.
Wow. Not really.
Well, the petition description reads, with Mortal Kombat 20 plus years running and not a single book including the lore is out there, we need an MK Encyclopedia. Sean Kittleson has already said he'd love to author it, and with 20 plus years and around 70 character, us MK fans would love to have an at-hand, hardback type book with everything based on the MK lore at our hands. Signing this petition will let those above, DC Comics, Sean Kittleson, Ed Boon, NetherRealm Studios, etc., know that you want an MK Encyclopedia. The main thing I have with this is it's called an encyclopedia. Like, it's cool. Like, lore book would be cooler, in my opinion. But
Hey, what's the difference?
well, I mean, basically the same thing, I guess. But encyclopedia is like everything you want to know about everything, basically.
I would. I want to know everything.
Dang, man, I feel like I guess it's hard for me to separate it from like a concept art book with, some descriptions.
Nah.
But
Have you
because
seen those books for like Marvel and
yeah,
that's what I want.
but I feel like they're always watered down versions of it. Like, to do it right, I mean, I guess it's cool with this because for the most part, the lineup has been fairly steady, like of the characters you can expect to see, with just like over time them adding characters from other franchises, the recent installments, the past 10 years. But it would be cool. I mean, I do agree, like, if it didn't take itself seriously, I guess that's my biggest issue, is that Encyclopedia has such a, like, academic sort of feel to it.
So you want a Wikipedia?
Like, okay, Encyclopedia, but the second C has to be a K instead of a C. So it doesn't take itself so seriously.
That would be actually awesome. I'd like that.
So honestly, didn't know who the hell Sean Kittleson was until, I actually read up on this, but he's the author of Mortal Kombat X the comic book, under DC Digital. And apparently, with this petition, it states that he said he would love to author it. I don't know, that's not a direct quote, so I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah.
having someone that's like already involved in it is hopeful. I mean, so like, I'd buy it. Crap, I remember like some of my earliest memories as a kid were watching my uncles play, Mortal Kombat, which wasn't back then a good game for kids to watch.
Yeah, I played it when I was like 5. Back when I was also 7. Playing Mortal Kombat 4 on the Nintendo 64. That was a lot of fun, and I remember my cousin actually took the game away.
Oh.
I guess I don't know, I guess they're afraid that I was gonna go out bad.
It's that whole GTA syndrome.
Yeah. They did the same thing for Deadly Alliance, I think, for the PS2. I think that was the first PS2 Mortal Kombat. When I rented that game from Blockbuster, I remember that. And they took it away from me. I was so sad.
Dang. I liked Deadly Alliance a lot.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
And they had, I think Deadly Alliance was when they introduced, what was it? That walk around mode for a story mode, right? Where you played that character, and
I'm not sure.
I can't remember either, but that was a good game. But yeah, like I think that something like this, it appeals to fans young and old. So like the people that remember the very first Mortal Kombat, like they would love that because maybe they don't keep up with it anymore. Maybe they've outgrown it, but it has sentimental value. And then for like our age group, like basically being around for the majority of the series and still being excited about it, like with MKX, which like you're a way better player at it than I am, but I still love to play it.
Nah, not that good. I'm alright, but like, there's crazy other people.
With his Sub-Zero main over here.
I was actually, before like a long time ago, Raiden was my main.
Oh yeah, Raiden.
Freaking love Raiden, but then, I don't know, I just switched to Sub-Zero. Don't call me a noob for using it.
And I don't know. See, my thing is, young people, I don't know if they want to read anything like that. See, for me, if you want to do a project like this, it would have to be really artsy because you know you're trying to get at a community of people who don't necessarily want to read. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I feel like for lore,
for lore, okay, yeah, you got a good point. Yeah, I would read it for lore too because, like, I still don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
because I know in when MK9 came out, actually 2011, that's when we had that. We all got it at midnight launch.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We hooked like 3 TVs up in my living room, and you know, we went at it all night. And that online was horrible. The servers were horrible.
Gosh.
I think that's why I stopped playing it so soon, even though they might have stabilized eventually. But yeah, that was good. But then like that was a weird storyline.
Yeah, and I guess MKX was a sequel to that.
Yeah, like it.
But I still don't know what happened.
Yeah. So yeah, timeline issues and everything. But then like, you know what would be really cool about this would be all of the extra hidden characters throughout all of the games, you know, and like the random built-in pop-ups and stuff, like the Toasty.
Yeah, the Toasty guy.
That would be cool to add in there, because that's what I mean by like not taking itself seriously. Like that would be serialistly. But yeah, I mean, for us, yeah, because every time a new Mortal Kombat game comes out, we get it. So like, yeah, having a, you know, a part of the collection, a written collection, a lore, and all that, that would be awesome. Like, but
I mean,
yeah,
I think Scorpion, at least Scorpion and Sub-Zero are pretty iconic video game
characters. Yeah. People who don't play Mortal Kombat know who those characters are.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Street Fighter has one of these, right? I feel like they would.
Yeah, I think I've seen a book like that before. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you are this old of a franchise, of an IP basically, and you are still making story around it, like there are people who aren't gonna go back and play the first Mortal Kombat because it plays totally different, and it, you know, and frankly, like I don't have the patience to be it. It was revolutionary because of like the way the figures looked back then, like that realistic, like that was really neat. But my issue is that, yeah, this would be really cool, but then when it comes to a business side of it, they're not going to do anything that's not going to make them money, basically. So like when it comes to like a mass production, it's like, would they really go all out and, you know, really build the characters? I think on like one of the posts on Twitter, I believe, or maybe it was the Petition site, it was talking about like family trees and stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, like I guess that would be interesting. I mean, in comic book, I think of it in the sense of a comic book, to where like X-Men, for instance, there's a lot of people who are related that people don't know are related because they haven't followed the series. So same thing with video, this type of video game that's been around for so long. It's just like, we need someone to tie it together for us, and no one wants to put in the footwork, so this would eliminate that. Plus, it would be like it would be a collectible item. I mean,
I'd get it if I was in love. I'd save up for it, I guess.
And we were talking earlier about how we're surprised that this hasn't been in the works earlier. And not only that, but with so much of a fan base, why the quota's 3,000 signatures and it still isn't reached yet. And I'm wondering, like, maybe it's a promotion issue. I don't know if they're how saturated they're putting, you know, where they're saturating this, but
because I think this petition's actually been out for a while, at least since MKX launched.
Oh crap!
It's actually
That long?
That long.
Oh my
It's
gosh!
like 2 months. 2 months at
And
least.
so in the petition it says he's already said he'd love to author it. The Sean Kittleson guy. By the way, his name is misspelled.
Yeah.
On the petition site, and which I'm thinking, if you're really trying to appeal to like a corporation or, you know, entity, a corporate entity, you're gonna want to make sure like you got your shit together, basically. So that was funny. And yeah, and then we happened to, like, we were reading up on who this Kittleson guy is, and on the website that we were looking at about like his bios and interview with him, there was typos throughout like the transcript, and I'm like, grammar Nazi came out of me, but
yeah,
but that's beside the point. So yeah, so if it's been out for a while, it makes me wonder, like, is this like dead in the water, or, you know, if by fulfilling this and sending it to them, I wonder if the guy who authored it is like still, like, you know,
which guy?
Whoever's propagating it on
petition.
Twitter. Yeah, well, he contacted you, right?
Yeah, he
through our page.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he's doing it to a lot of people, not just us.
Yeah, so he's just going to anyone and everyone, basically.
It's so close though.
Yeah, so it's
less than 200.
Yeah, less than 200 signatures away. And like we said, like, this would be, like, for us, from our standpoint, it would be awesome to have. All criticism aside and like reality aside or whatever, this would be an awesome, like, addition to like the stack of games. I know you have more than me, so you have like a stack of games to go with it. But really I think it would be really collectible. I think that's
just to
awesome.
See like everything, like all the different iterations of every character.
Yeah, like an evolution of the character. Yeah. And I know both of us love like concept art, so like having that interwoven in it would be like would make it that much better. But also the price would go up too, and hardback too. That was like one of the vocabulary that was used in the petition description. And I'm like, dang, hardbacks are already like double paperbacks, if not more, in price. 70 characters, 20 plus years, that's a lot of stuff to cover. If you want like a fully detailed, you know, synopsis and, you know, who's marrying who killed who, you know.
Apparently Tremor was included because of a petition.
Yeah. That's helpful. And I didn't even bother to look up how big the petition was, like how many signatures. But yeah, I mean, obviously, a petition's a good way of presenting like a large populace of people who are, like, want to see this in a game. And I think that's been a lot of criticism from any video game company, is like people want them to cater to the fans because we're spending the money on the product. So now people are talking about, you know, these are peripherals. This isn't even the game itself. This is an encyclopedia, but the fact that they put a whole character, you know, in a game, that's apparently because of fan desire and them banding together. But
This is just time for that Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah.
Kickstarter. See how many people would pay for that.
You know what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a legal issue, and then like this guy's not gonna give up, and he's going to like hand draw these people in a book, and he's gonna be on like binder paper and like a notepad in Sharpie, and it like doesn't even change the cover of the notepad. It's like says like ruled line paper on the bottom in bold white, and then he just like covers over it with a Sharpie that says like MK Encyclopedia. With like Napoleon Dynamite drawings all over the place.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're all about this petition. So I mean, we got our names on it and everything, and that's basically why we're creating this. We want to bring attention to it and help it along. So we're asking that all of you Mortal Kombat lovers make your voice heard in this petition on the petitionsite.com, in which Sean Kittleson's name is misspelled. So disregard that part of it. But look for the link in the description and check out our website at heroicenemy.com. And we would love to see this become a fatality. I mean, reality.
So stupid. Gosh.